What's up, Rockstars? Today I have the pleasure of finally, I know it's late, but finally unboxing Nanolith for you guys. This is the first true cyberpunk game that I have found in a long time that doesn't look like it's just moving on an arbitrary map and pulling events. So let's see what this has in store for us as it comes to an RPG board game. Thank you to my channel sponsor Into the AM. As a company that believes hard work and a great product is a proper way to conduct business, I am delighted to have them as part of the channel. They have some of the coolest graphic t-shirts around and an absolute best fit and feel that has continually exceeded my expectations. With new shirts arriving all the time and other products like boxers, hats, and even a monthly shirt club, I wholeheartedly recommend them to you. Check out the link in my description of this video for an exclusive 10% off everything they sell. As always, a huge shout out to my patrons and YouTube members for their financial support. It is through their support that this channel is possible. If you appreciate the videos I make every single week for you guys, and you can give even $1 a month, there's a link down in the description below. Thank you so very much. Now, let's go to the table. Alright, so I've not opened this up yet, just took it out of the box. This is Nanolith's Cyberpunk RPG board game. It's very interesting that they titled it that, mainly because RPG to me really stands out like a tabletop role-playing game, but I don't think it's that. It's really kind of, I don't know. It's not quite a dungeon crawl, I wouldn't say either. So I guess we'll just have to find out. I think these are the main characters, again, drawn differently. You'll see this art style change, I think, throughout, but this right here is so great of an example of cyberpunk. I really like that, but it's a very believable one, right? And that, like, all these buildings and stuff like that, in my opinion, look, you know, like fairly normal, right? We got some accentuating lines, we got some holograms and some kind of weird floating stuff here, and this thing in the background is super cool, and you know, whatever the heck this floating thing is, if that's even part of it, I don't even know. But it's like, I just like how grounded it is, right? We got this here too, but it looks like a city that has existed for a while and is just now all futureified, as opposed to something completely kind of absent of all of that. So they do have, this is by Woodpecker Games, of course, like 1 to 4 players, but it shows like an anime kind of character, which I think is kind of fun. All the characters on all the different sides here. On the back, looks like we have whoever this lady is, and then a picture of this. This looks kind of odd to me. Maybe I feel like there's text missing here or something like that. It's a prototype, right? Work in progress. So we will see what all that's about, but you can kind of see the game a little bit. Really zoomed out though too on that game. So let's go ahead and dive in. It looks like, by the way, this has seen better days. This is a very used one. Here's a little note from them, so that's cool. You guys have probably now read that before I have in the video, because I'm not going to stand there and read it while in the video. We've got some packaging material to keep things nice and snug. Oh, snugger. Again, these prototypes are all so different. Oh, we got a little deflated guy. We all get that way sometimes. That's okay. Same, I've been there. We've all had those days. Okay, we got a ton of standees. We got some minis. We'll look at those. We got, you know, for the box being as banged up as it is, these are like fresh dice, right? These are a fresh bag of them. So we got quite a few. We got, it looks like 2 blue and a purple. No, we got 2 blue and 2 purple. So we got quite a few dice here. They look just plain rounded dice with white tips. I don't even know if they're final or not. We have some more interesting dice here, and these are all marbled and stuff like this. Again, prototype, I imagine. I don't think these are the ones you're going to get in the game. Maybe I'm wrong. They just don't seem to quite fit. And then we got a whole bunch of little baggies. These baggies are for cubes, Honest Officer. We got a whole bunch of red ones, and then just a few yellow ones. So it looks like probably each player, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't know. Is this up to 5 player? No, 1 to 4 player. So I don't know. There's 5 bags of the red, and then 4 yellow, probably 1 for each player, that's my assumption. Alright, let's see what else we got here. We got some SKU. Going to get that off of here. It's not coming off. There we go. Okay, so we got some cards here. And so we'll look at this right now. Since they're loose, there we go. We got a biomutant. He looks crazy. Do we have a front and back? No, just this one. Okay, level 1 humanoid standard. Oh, that's level 1, huh? If you say so. And then a security droid, again level 1 robot standard. Rerolls all 2s and 3 results during his attack once. Okay, and then some stuff here. Looks like you can equip little tiny cards up here. Those would be really tiny cards though, so we'll see what that is. We'll see how this works out. And we have a deck of cards here. We'll look at those. We got a little tray here. This is kind of fun. You can kind of see the what looks like a burn around the whole edge. I'm assuming that means this was laser cut maybe, and that's just the heat. I'm not sure, but either way, we got this kind of a interesting finish here. Let me zoom back out for you guys. You can see that properly. There you go. Now, reinforcement pool, big area here. It'd be great if there's a pool stuff here, if this was like angled and dual layered and all that stuff, but we'll see. All clear, warning, and alert. 1, 2, and 3 on the round tracker. So things get worse over time by the looks of it. Imagine that. We do have some dual layer board here. Sort of, kind of. We just have a layer board with holes in it for now. But that'll still keep your stuff in there. Okay, Babel Core Technology for Peace. I'm sure. A little card here, a little card there. Your stuff here, your stress here looks like. I know if you get that all the way to the max, that's when you get to do like your special move. So each player gets that. We have the rules draft version 1.5. So that's fun. Oh, it's Kickstarter 2022. It's on right now. You guys know that. Link down in the description below, of course. Enigma tip. See, 38 real pages. The back is not a reference sheet. There is no index yet. I will yell at them about that so they can add one in before time of delivery. Otherwise, let's see, we have a lot of pictures and really big text. So while it's 38 pages, the text is quite large, which just makes it easy to read. You're moving pages a lot. That can be both good and bad. It's easy to find stuff. It's harder because there's stuff on more pages. Nano shock ability, performing movements, blah, 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 blah. Okay, here's a table of contents here. Preparation, game setup, 2 books, 1 summary, preparing the characters, gameplay and encounter, overview of a round. Yeah, this looks pretty competent as far as I can tell. We got numbers and, various stuff like that. And again, the art, I think this is my favorite art, by the way. I really like this style of art. I actually kind of wish it was like that throughout. Whoever the artist was there, I think is fantastic. Okay, we got like a little looks like maybe sticker sheet or something here. Again, this is a destructive legacy, so once I attach these things on, which by the way looks like it's one big sticker, I'm gonna have to cut all the things I do for prototypes. But anyway, those are really pretty permanent. Here's the storybook. I don't want to ruin too much here. On the back, the story continues. Okay, so this is like just an example of some of the stuff here, but there's a lot here. Forward, fragmented files, a lot of art and stuff like that. Big sections. It doesn't look too bad. There's an encounter, so it looks like you kind of read through it. Encounter and the story. Again, pretty meaty by the looks of it. I don't know if there's any tests or anything like that. I'm not really seeing, I don't think, any tests, which would be awesome if there's not any. I appreciate that. I'm tired of, I got to test my strength to see if I push a boulder. That seems boring to me. Okay, so here is, and again, this is very custom, right? But here is the, wooden tokens that I have. So I get those, which is kind of interesting. Again, I love prototypes. They're always so different. Big old tags on them, but that's to be expected for, how beefy they are. That being said, I could probably trim it pretty okay, too. There were 3 on that. Not too bad, though. It looks good. Only one-sided for me, and there is a little bit of a stuff coming off on my fingers a little bit. So I'm going to not do too much of that, not to ruin my fingers while I look at everything else. Then we have, what is this? This is fun. The last thing here is the encounter book as opposed to the storybook. Again, I love this art. I really do. I really dig that. Aw, sad panda. New game, go to page 6, continue, bookmark, quit, store game in box. It's very much like an app. right? It's kind of the idea there. See, here's a different art style. This art style is cool too. It is. I'm not saying it's not cool. It's just different, right, than the other art I've seen. So it's not very consistent in the art. Which, I mean, you know, neither is Magic the Gathering. It just depends. Oh, look at that. So that's kind of your introduction to New Eden, or Neo Eden. That's a great way to kind of show that, I feel. I really dig that. Looks like the picture was like from right here. Looking up like that. And you can see there's 1, 2, was it just 2 spots here as far as I can tell? And then you get the comic story, which is super cool. I really dig this. I like this because it will read fast. It's visual because you don't have to describe the visual parts of it, right? You just essentially do text and thoughts, really, more than anything. Again, this art is fantastic. I really dig this. Super cool. Oh, this looks neat. I dig that. Looks like there's some objectives here. I don't know how you interact with this. It's like a point of interest, like from Chronicles of Drunagor. I'm not quite sure how that works. We'll have to find out. And then here's a little thing. It looks like you could actually play on this map. So it looks like for the most part, there are no map tiles. You're just kind of going through this as you have story and you're kind of doing different things. Yeah, here's another map here. Looks like there's something you can do here. That's cool. I dig that. Super neat. And then there's Sector Gamma. And get a look at the little save icon again, right? I dig that. I dig that. Naboo. That's not the Naboo I'm used to seeing. Again, very different art style here. Get some inventory, weapon upgrades and stuff. Very, very interesting. All right. Well, that is most of the print stuff. Let's look at cards, then these, and then these. First things up, cards. Okay, let's do some sick gas injection. It's my favorite kind of gas injection, the sick kind. Sorry about that, guys. All right, so let's see here. Oh, it looks like on the back there's some stuff too. I don't know how much stuff is on the back. Hidden card. Oh, if those are hidden, let's go and not look at those. I'm sure we can see plenty else. It looks like there's plenty of stuff on the back. A lot of different variety of things that are very obviously different. So that can be kind of helpful. Some of these are like story things. I think that's what this is. I think this is like story objective stuff. Level 2 skill. Okay, no, but then on the back it has this like written stuff. I now recall how my father died. What the heck is that with oath? So sick gas injection is, there's never been something which was too hard for you. What? No, I'm not sure. Maybe it's just a little bit of story. Update, double shot. I don't know if these are classes. I suspect that's what's going on there. Provoke. Cooldown. Different colors of cooldown. Nano heal. Nano Phoenix, that's fun. Nano Screen. Abort. Grab, slash. Okay. Then we have some weapons like a Nano Pulsar and Neo Katana. Or the sidekick. I love him. I hope I get him as a mini. Medkit. Flood, Nano Wave, Control, Inferno. And then the character cards themselves. Looks like each one gets a special ability. And there's a different ranks. This is an aggressor, a hacker, a protector, and support. Looks like are the different options there. And then whatever these hidden cards are, which I'm not interested in knowing quite yet. Okay, so that is the cards. Let's take a look at some of these guys, some of the standees. Right now it's what some companies would call organic glass, otherwise known as plastic. Here's probably the biggest one they have here right now. This is very thick right now. And it's just printed on. It is reversed, right? And so that one's facing that way versus that way. So it's consistent in the way it's looking, which is kind of nice. And it just kind of stand up like that. Looks like I lost one. Hello. Here we go. Stick that in there. There we go. Like a little robot guy doing some damage. Looks like the contrast isn't super high here, so they're kind of like almost low poly by the looks of it. At least these current ones. Again, prototype, of course. But I see there's a number, so they are numbered, though it's kind of hard to see the number. But you see how it just looks kind of grainy? Like it looks like a really grainy picture of it, if that makes sense. You see if they're all kind of that. They almost all seem like that. I don't know if it's the lines or what, but they seem almost a little fuzzy. And again, this is just this version, of course. It looks like that's mostly what you have. You have these guys here as well. And then you have the big guys. You do have your characters. And I guess in case you don't want to use minis, I want to use minis, of course. So you have those also. Yeah. Here's the other character here. Oh, looks like this probably broke a little bit, or it's just loose, huh? Well, that's fine. Again, that's what minis are for. There's another character there. Okay, well, these are cool. I dig it. It works. Oh, sort of. Got a little bent there. All right, I don't want to break you. Let's move that and get these guys. All right, out of the picture. I think they're just our characters. Minis. Looks like, and the sidekick, which I'm down with. So that's cool. Oh, looks like one of them broke, which is fairly normal. It's no big deal. So they are pretty tiny. Let's take a look at the freaking Neo Katana Ninja guy first. Here we go. All right, let's take a look. So this is 3D printed, and ironically, or maybe non-ironically, I don't know. So they printed it, but it looks like, all the supports were here. So this is like flat on the base, is my thought. But then all the supports you can kind of feel, you can see even, are like right here as they, went up on him, which is kind of funny. So it's like the rough side is the top actually, and the smooth side's the bottom. You can actually see the grain from the film plate there. Zoom out a little bit, just make sure I stay in camera for you guys. There you go. Okay, so a few things. Holding the blade is cool. I dig that. Having the sheath right there be what looks to be the actual size needed. A little bit of a notch there is nice to see. And all of this so far should be able to do non-3D printed, but actually production plastic here. These fingers attached might need to be a little bit thicker or attached more. Maybe needs to grab it a little bit more. Right now, though, I really do dig the fingers being separated there. Kind of like that. I really dig that. It seems like a natural position to be in. The hair coming out the back like this is kind of almost seems kind of silly because it's like this looks good, but this is fanned out so much to where I feel like it should come out more, but it's like it flattens out, which is kind of interesting. It looks like, I don't know if this is a helmet or some sake or what that is. I don't know. Cape looks great. Love that. The rope looks good. The pose I really dig. It looks like he has giant feet. Like these, look how big his hands are compared to his feet. So I don't know if that's supposed to be kind of cartoony like that or not. Kind of hard to tell. That's probably my only negative, perhaps, is that proportion thing there. One of the characters, pretty basic stuff here. Let's see, on her facial details look really good. I love the high collar on her shirt. I think that's neat as well. The gun held forward is nice. It's interesting that it's not like super straight. Like she's definitely holding it kind of almost a little back, which is kind of, I think, quite telling of her. Still some supports here, so don't mind those. These are 3D printed. You can see where all the print stuff was too, which is kind of interesting because again, it'll print upside down in resin. The hair cut here looks nice. I dig that. I really like the wrinkles on the shirt as well. That's cool. And these armor knee pad things, I think if you painted it would make it stand out a lot. Let's look at this guy too. I'm assuming this is actually a bad guy. Maybe not. Maybe it's a good guy. I don't remember. I think he is. Anyway, he's super cool, right? Notice he's sitting towards the back. Right, so he has a lot more of the front of the base, but he is reaching forward a little bit. But it's kind of interesting, especially because he's leaning back too. So he definitely has this kind of like stage kind of feel to it, maybe a little bit. Good detail and everything from what I can see. The visor looks great. I do worry about that in the final production. That's fairly soft, and perhaps thickening some of these lines now would be really good, especially like this line here. Just don't see showing up super well without being accentuated. All these kind of panels that they want. I I think they should thicken that a little bit. On the back, that looks great. Love the pieces that come out there. Looks like the piece that broke is part of his spear. Would look like this. Looks like a tuning fork almost, but it would be something kind of like that, right? I don't know which way it would. I'll have to look at that, but that's what that is. All right. Here is one of the characters as well. She's not holding any weapon that I can see. Maybe she doesn't need one. They are both holding their arms out. Something to note there, but I think it's the only two that are doing that. Love the like cloth hanging down here. The outward hand is very cool. I dig that. Very at ease pose. I like that it's not symmetrical. So not only is she leaning back a little bit, but also to the left a little bit, which is kind of neat. This is also this hard hairline because otherwise she's fairly bald, which is I think neat as well. At least right now, the hand and arm are separated, which looks great. The fist with the closed fingers looks really nice. I really dig that as well. Overall, a cool mini. And of course, the sidekick panda. Who could forget him? He looks super great. I love it. I love the ears and the eyes, like how one's bigger than the other and all spirally. The little ball of a nose. I like the armored feet that he has, almost a whole armored torso. The backpack thing's kind of interesting. Just overall, a cool mini. Well, guys, you know what? That is it. Actually, that's not too bad, right? That's kind of it. That's that's Nanolith, I should say. I used to say Monolith, but that's Nanolith. I will let you guys know. I'll get some game time in this, and let you know what I think before the Kickstarter's over. That being said, it is going on right now. Description has the link for you. All right, take care, guys. Bye.